So, hey guys, Chauzu here. We got the download for the treasure map Kid Yamato, and here's the Sugofest. I got so happy when I saw this because often in One Piece treasure cruise we keep getting the same characters, new units for them, and it felt like a great chance with Kid Yamato to get the 3 samurai that she was captured with in the flashback, but still there was the fear that maybe they'll just do a Straw Hat badge, give Gear 5 Luffy some new Straw Hats for his EX Super, because with this badge you won't be able to use the EX Super with Luffy. But thankfully they did the thing. We got 3 completely new characters getting units, and they don't disappoint, I'd say. Especially one of them is incredibly good, and none of them are definitely bad. And all have good support for Yamato. As for the step-ups, well, first I can say we had 3 parts. Part 1 has Hina and Nami Carrot available. Part 2 has Carrot Wanda and Jinbei available. And Part 3 has Kiko, Aizo and Bonnie available. And we'll see if there's any more treasure map legends available. They don't always show all of them, like we're lacking treasure map Blackbeard, we're lacking treasure map Koala, treasure map Crocodile, treasure map Sanji, stuff like that. As for steps, since this is not the legend treasure map, the steps are actually better. Since here third multi is 100% a new character, so for 130 games you will 100% get one of these 3. So I will try and do that on one part at least. Depends on the general pool, to be honest, what part I pull on, but probably not more than 3 multis for me. Like, I pull enough on the big Sugofest, so to say. But yeah, let's see. We'll see what character I get. I can get lucky and get more than one. Anyway, let's talk about what the units do. Looks like Musubi is the big booster since he's front and center. You'd think it'd be Zoro's dad or whatever being the highest booster, but yeah. And I don't really know if he is Zoro's dad or not, but that's what I'll call him, since there's no way I'm remembering all of these names. I might remember Musubi's name in the end, since he's actually really good. But the others, more forgettable. Let's start with Usuki Tempura, which might be the lowest booster since he's farthest to the right. First, I want to talk about one thing that all of these units have in common, which is the fact that they remove 10 turns of hunger. And many people were worried when they heard of this, because they thought like, oh, will treasure map have like 30 turns of hunger? But yeah, that was never happening, since no other unit than these could remove that, and Bandai has never made it so it's impossible to beat content without a new badge. So yeah, that was never any worry. There's one boss that has like 5 hunger, and that's still quite a lot, and having one of these will help a lot with removing that. Other than that, Usuki Tempura, Sai Slasher, Free Spirit. Captain ability, all of these actually have decent captain abilities. Like in the recent season now, we finally got like a rear recruit captain that could give you Wano orbs. Now we've got 3 more rear recruits that give you Wano orbs. So Tempura is a 3.5 times attack booster for Slash and Free Spirit, 1.3 times HP. Recovery becomes Wano orbs. So yeah. We have quite a few legends who does that, but now we have this rare recruit as well. As for the special, you do a lot of damage to all enemies. You reduce paralysis by 6 turns. Changes adjacent slots to Bono. Boost Slasher and Free Spirit's base attack for 1 turn. And it's a 1000 base attack boost, but if you're taking a lot of damage, it's 1250. So that's a very minuscule change. And if you have base attack boost when specialist launch, you increase the boost by plus 300. So yeah, I'd say this is the worst of them in terms of special. Like one orb nip is nice, removing para is nice, but like base attack is already a whatever buff, and this low is the even more whatever, I'd say. It does resist remove SFX, which is always useful. And Slasher and Free Spirit character base that buff. Support, all of these supports are really nice. This might be one of my favorites though. Can we put on Yamato, and when you get to final stage, you do a 20% HP cut for the team, but you also get the plus 500 base attack boost for one turn, and Yamato gets a recovery orb. Like, that's actually really cool. Like, all of them does a 20% HP cut, which can be bad, usually doesn't matter. Can be good to remove stun and stuff, of course. But here, the big thing here is that you have a base attack support that is actually viable. We've got a few, but most of them are very situational. But here you are guaranteed to get that base attack boost, so yeah, just if you can't fit it on the team and you run a Yamato, you can just put this in and you got 3 extra damage for all units. Like, it's really nice. So yeah, he's probably the lowest booster, so if you pull, he's the most likely you will be pulling. But you could also pull Zoro's dad, Shimotsuki Ushimaru. No idea if he's Zoro's dad, but that's what I call him. He's a quick slasher free spirit, so he's the first quick unit this batch. Everything else has been Psy. So that's interesting. Not sure if it matters. Might just be because they think it would be cool that you could run him with the Super Sugo Fast Zoro, maybe? I don't know. That's just speculation on my part. But yeah, as said, he also removes 10 touch of hunger, so that's pretty cool. Captain ability, slash and freeze is the same, but he turns strength into Wano. So that's similar to, I think Odin does that. I might be mistaken on that, but I thought someone did it. Otherwise, that's pretty unique. As for the special, he does a 20% self HP cut. Does a lot of damage to all enemies, ignoring defensive effects and defense. Reduces bind by 6 turns, changes adjacent slots to Wano. And if you have an ore boost when using the special, you buff it by plus 0.25. Otherwise, you do an ore boost for Slash and Free Spirit, 2.25 times, and if you've taken a lot of damage, 2.5 times. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like, HP cut can be nice, both to trigger Enrage on your team, and also to remove stun. One of the bosses in Trash Map does have stun. It's the same boss that has hunger, so owning this unit will handle basically everything there. And if you don't have him, it's going to be a bit of suffering. And yeah, good utility with removing bind, with giving Wano orbs, and it's a pretty good orb boost, so yeah, I think he's good. He's also immune to stun, which is honestly a bit of a meme. Like, that only really matters if only the subs get stun and not the captains, and captains can't handle it, then it's good to ignore stun. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter at all. And yeah, extra base stats as well. Support, this one is also really good on Yamato. It's the same, you get the 20% HP cut on yourself, you change orb to recovery, but you also get a free 1.75 times orb boost final stage. And it might be like, that sounds low, whatever, but still, that helps a lot with team building. And often it's not like damage is super type, just stacking buffs is often more important than the actual value of the buffs. 1.75 times is perfectly fine for most stuff we get. So that's a really good support. Finally, we have the king of this batch, Fugetsu Musubi, this guy goes hard with the special. But let's start with the captain ability, which is the same as the others, but this time Intorp's turning to Wano. But yeah, let's jump into this special because it's so good. His seed is 13, which is sadly a bit high, but he will regularly be boosted in treasure maps, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, he reduces CD by 2 turns, does a lot of damage to all enemies, he reduces death up by 6 turns, changes block slots to Wano, and you get a 3-turn chain lock, minimum 3.25 times, but if you take a lot of damage, it's a 3.5 times chain lock, and just wow. We're basically getting like a new Kiku ISO wave clearer that both wave clears and gives you a 3-turn chain lock. Like, that's incredibly valuable for treasure map mini bosses in particular. And not only that, you do get that minus CD, which will be great in the treasure maps where Musubi is boosted, because then he will be ready very soon and he can help units that might have super high CD or aren't really boosted to get ready for final stage. And yeah, the chain lock is a bit lower than Kiku ISO, but yeah, different colors, classes, like it will be very useful to have. And in like for normal uses, like for stage 4, if you have lock slots, you just get a full board of Wano, and you have a chain lock for stage 4 and stage 5 later. So yeah, it's just good in general, but extra good for treasure map mini boss wave clears. And yeah, resist special reverse, which makes sense, and extra base stats. Support, similar to the others, but this time we get a chain lock final stage. And yeah, basically you want to own all of these for sure. It's a big buff to Yamato. I don't know why I'm so tired. But yeah, it's a great buff to Yamato for sure. Like having, now Yamato has support to give a chain lock or give an ore boost or give a base attack boost. So yeah, they will all see regular uses when you put Yamato on a team. So yeah, I'm very excited about this patch. Perfect choice, perfect execution. Like, I'd love 1.0 Stress Cruise a lot more if we had batches like this more regularly. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.